Happy Thursday. How are you all doing? What are you all up to? What have you been up to last night? Over the halfway point of the week, which is always very, very exciting, I feel. Let me just get the Facebook page up so that I can see all your lovely comments. There we go. So halfway through the week, over halfway through the week, it's very exciting. I actually had a midweek roast dinner last night, which was very delicious. It was very yummy. And we've started putting in a new floor. DIY and painting more mugs. That's pretty much was my evening last night. I only did some script writing for Panto, which we're hoping against hope, that Panto is going to continue this year. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It might be that we might have to do it outdoors. I think one of our team, I think Cheryl said that we'll have to do it nativity styley and all be outdoors. So that could be interesting. That could be fun, couldn't it? That could be good. Hi Lynn, how you doing? Yes, roast dinner was very yummy. Just seen your comment. Very, very lovely. There we go. Hopefully you guys are with me. I can go hands free. Hi Cheryl, excellent. You've made it. Hopefully you've got your chalks at the ready. So I've got my lovely selection of chalks here, and I've got just a bit of white paper. It's just a thick white paper to use. We're going to do some scribbling today, so it's going to seem very random what we do, but it all comes together in the final piece of the picture. So don't panic. So you will need some tissue. So I'm going to break a piece off so that I've got a piece ready. And what we're going to do is make a lovely kind of sunset sky, and then some silhouettes in front of it. So basically a different way of doing it to how we did it yesterday. So yesterday we did that kind of sunset over the sea, and introduced kind of lots of different colours and things. This time it's a slightly different way of doing it, where we put all the colour on the pastel on first and then basically smudge it. That's how we're going to do it. So scribble and smudge is what we're doing today, which will be great fun. Cheryl said Stitch. Yes, Stitch has been doing some gardening this week. So he's got everything is growing, which is fabulous. It's like, it is that. I love summer and spring for that, where everything just starts growing and coming up. It's fabulous, fabulous stuff. Right, shall I lower you guys down and then you can kind of see what I'm doing? So we're going to use, again, a kind of nice variety of colours as well in this one. And I'm just going to basically scribble it in various places. So I'm going to need you guys to bear with me while we do this and just have a look at exactly where I put those scribbled colours. Now, it doesn't matter if you change it slightly, because different skies will look different, won't they? They can look different from one second to the next. They completely change colour as the sun's setting. So have a go at following my lead of where I'm putting colours. And then if you want to put colours in slightly different places, you can do that as well. You can absolutely do that. It's not a problem. Hi Sue. Yay, your soft pastels have arrived. Excellent stuff. Good, you can join in with today's. Fabulous, and you can catch up on the previous days. That would be wonderful. Excellent stuff. Right, so I'm going to drop you guys down so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. So it's going to be a fairly kind of quick one today, but I'll pop you down. Okay, there we go. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to start over here with some oranges and some yellows. So I'm going to get my nice yellow out, and I'm just scribbling. So I'm just going to scribble in a kind of triangular, good, can't put my teeth in today, shape of our yellow. And then I'm going to add in some orange. So I'm going to go for a nice kind of bright orange over here. So I'm just going to add some bits around here. Again, I'm just scribbling, just absolutely scribbling. There we go. What a start. There we go. I think, Dad, you've had some technical difficulty going on. So I'm going to move to a kind of orangey red. So it's not a pinky red, it's a real orangey red. And I'm just going to scribble that going up here. Whoop. A little on there. So can you guys see? Hopefully. Oh, Rachel is not. There we go. Can you see? So I'm just literally just scribbling away. Rachel did her own from I Printed That, did her own Facebook Live this morning. It was fabulous. It was absolutely fabulous. These Facebook Lives are no piece of cake, people. I am going to use some white. I know it sounds really strange to use white on a white background, but it will work. It will work. But I'm going to wait till last to use it. So I'm just letting you guys know that we will be using that. So I'm going to go for a light blue now. So this is my light blue. And I am going to scribble all around this red. It doesn't matter if you scribble over the top. I'm going to scribble up here. And a couple of bits around here. Now I'm leaving this white space here. Hopefully you guys can see that. There we go. And some purple, I think. Or maybe a dark blue. No, I'll go for purple. So I'm going to add in some purple in a few of the gaps here. So hopefully you guys can see where I'm kind of putting all the colour. I know you can't see where I'm going with this yet. I understand that, that's fine. You don't need to see where I'm going with this yet, that's all good. And then I'm going to add some black. So I'm going to add a lot of black around, all around. I'm going to add some in that gap there. All around our piece here. And I'm just basically adding the black in any of the gaps here. And then, last but not least, is our white. So I'm going to add in some of the white over on top of mainly on top of where our light blue is, because that's going to be our kind of lightest parts. So I'm going to add some of the white there, some of the white on top of there, and on top of there. There we go. So right now, I'm going to turn that around that way so that you can see it the right way up. Right now, it looks like a complete and utter mess. And I get that, I really do. It is a complete and utter mess. But what we're going to do is grab our piece of tissue and I'm just going to twist it around my finger. And I'm going to start with the lightest colours. So I'm probably going to start with our blues and our whites. And then I'll move on to our yellows and oranges. And then the reds, purple, black. Okay, so start from light to dark. If you need to change the kitchen towel round, you can. Just move it to a different bit of it so that it's not, you're not smudging the colours too much over the top and it just ends up blending completely into a muddy colour. Okay, so hopefully you guys have had fun scribbling. Okay, so I'm going to go. Ready? So I'm going to go lightest colours first. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of the black chalk in there as well, that's all good. So lightest colours first. There we go. And then I am actually going to change my kitchen towel round to go to the yellow and the orange. Keep that nice and bright. Into the red and then that purple. And then I'm going to change it around again just to do the black. And if you want to with the black, you can smudge it like all the way to the edge of the paper. It's entirely up to you really how you want to do that. If you want to make it really, really dark, you can. So it's at this point that I stand this up, tap onto my table that I will clean up later, and bring it back so that I can just have another quick look at it. I'm just going to smudge in just a little bit of that black there. Now, can you see, I'm going to hold this up, there are still some of the really strong marks of the pastels left. So, like for example, the red and just a little bit there of that black and the purple. Now, I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit more of those colours on. So a little bit more of the purple and a little bit more of the red. And I'm going to use another bit of the kitchen towel, start off with the red, and really, really try and smudge that in so that you can't see those lines, those marks as much as you could. There we go. So I'm just going to do that to the blue up there again. I think I might add some more of that blue actually. There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay, and again, I'm just going to lift up and tap off. So believe it or not, we have a nearly finished sky going on there. And what we're going to do is add a black silhouette at the bottom. So I'm going to use my black here and I'm going to just flick it to show there's some grass coming up here. And I'm going to completely chalk in the bottom here so that you can't really see it. So I'm going to come up. So I'm going to go really heavy with the chalk here. And I'm going to smudge it back in on itself as well. And again, just carry on flicking from the bottom there. Do a little tuft there. So you can see hopefully that this starts to come together as our grass. And I'm going to leave a gap here. Carry on flicking. I'm using the very, very corner of my piece of charcoal there. Piece of charcoal, my chalk rather. And then I'm going to put a little figure in here. So I'm just going to put, and this is literally shapes. So round circle, little tiny round circle. A triangle. Another triangle, slightly smaller one, and then a line coming down. So I'm going to tap that off so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So it's a circle at the top, a triangle, a smaller triangle, and a line down is our little person. And that is our beautiful silhouette on a scribbled sky. If you wanted to, you could put little flecks of white in here as well to show maybe some of the stars coming out around the edges. That would look really, really nice actually. So if you want to smudge I wouldn't recommend smudging the figure or the grass that you've done, but if you wanted to slightly smudge in the ground that you've done, by all means do. I'm just going to very, very slightly smudge that in. I'm not going to do it as much as I did with the sky. And again, just tap it off any excess. There we go. One beautiful sky. I thought you might like the silhouette, Cheryl. So it's a really, again, it's just a different way of blending. It's a different way of getting those sky colours. And you can, if you want to, you can keep working on top of it as well. That's the nice thing about charcoal, about chalks. So you can really add, add some more of the white in if you've decided some of the bits aren't quite light enough. And just keep going, just keep working on it. That's a really lovely thing about chalks. You just want to make sure that you don't blend it too much together so that you end up with like a muddy brown colour all over the whole thing, which would be absolutely cracking. Yeah, the silhouette really does make it. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So once you've done that sky and then just the silhouette at the bottom, it just makes those colours really pop because you've got some beautiful bright colours in here. So it really does make it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. What do I need to tell you? Tomorrow you will need your chalks, you'll need your paper or kitchen towel, tissue, whatever works for you guys. And if you've got a piece of black paper, that would be ideal for tomorrow's drawing, for tomorrow's chalk piece. But if you haven't, it's not the end of the world. You can still join in with white paper. That's not a problem at all. Fiona's put Northern Lights. Yeah, it is almost like Northern Lights. It really is, yeah. Oh gosh, you could do some beautiful. Oh, I might be tempted to change what we're doing tomorrow. You'll still need black paper though, if you've got black paper. Cracking. Next week's charcoal. If anyone doesn't know that yet, make sure you've got your charcoal in. We've got some great things to do next week. I will see you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. Black paper, chalks, tissue paper, or kitchen towel. Have fun. Have a good evening. Tomorrow's Friday. Woohoo! See you tomorrow too. Bye.